you think that OTT. So it will be better to do both for the mother, and then so maternity and paternity, so that if it is not the father's child and it is not the mother's child, then you will know that okay, mistake happened. But if it is not the father and you end there without doing the second one, you may be mistaken. So that's the case. But I'm saying that the DNA conversation has become very, very critical, to the extent that people want to take it to parliament to make it, number one, compulsory, and number two, if it is found that you've given somebody's child to another man to father, then you can go to jail for that. Hey. Some women will go to jail in this country. So that's the issue on the table. So I want to hear from you. I just want to give you the pros and cons of this before I open the phone line. I think that if we were to do DNA test, first of all, it will solve the problem of the mistakes that sometimes happen in our various hospitals. So I want to believe, because there's the possibility that somebody's kid will be given to somebody, because mistakes do happen, and we've recorded some of these mistakes before, so it's possible. So if we are going to institute or establish a law that says that the DNA test will be done at birth to ensure that we are very sure in our minds that this kid belongs to this person, then it solves that mistakes. And then you'll be able to know. And then maybe you can check there and then. So the medical doctors and the nurses will know what to do to reconnect the child to the biological mother or biological father. So I think that will be good. The other thing is that maybe it will reduce a lot of cheating on the woman's side. But as for the father, even okay, on the woman's side, because if the women are not cheating, it means that the men too will be limited in getting partners that they will cheat with. So maybe that will be the other benefits. Okay, but the thing is, if it is made mandatory, it means that everybody will be clear in their minds that, okay, this child is my child. This child is for me. And that there's no doubt in my mind as to the father of this child. And that because women know that this thing will be done, if some women want to cheat, they may think twice before doing that. So that too is going to help. The other thing is that it will prevent this sudden news that sometimes happen, which can lead to people, committing suicide. The example that we give you of a young man who traveled to Denmark who had to commit suicide because after all this while, he realized that the 4 kids that he thought were his were not for him. You remember the Odate Lamte story? It was a very grown up. They have grown up. I think about 3 kids or so. And then they did DNA test and realized that, all of them were not his. And the woman, she had the moral justification to take him to court. That he should give her something. Charlie, what I tell him tonight, he's a man. Because many people cannot withstand that. But he withstood all of those, and he's still going on. So we've had these reports. And I want to believe that maybe when this is made mandatory, then all these things will be solved. Okay. But I'm sure the women too will be asking, but we too, how can we, if this is going to happen, it means that we will be the most affected. For the men, they can continue to go out there and explore, whilst we are told to do a compulsory DNA testing. What's going to happen on the other side? maybe that's a conversation for another day. But the issue is that if these things are done, these are some of the positives. Okay. And I don't know how the cost thing will be dealt with, because we're told that DNA is very expensive. Not everybody can afford. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know, but if the parents will bear the cost, or the government will bear the cost, or government will bear half of the cost, I don't know how that is going to be made practical, but that is what it's been demanded for. And I really want to hear from you on this. Let me listen to Mark. Mark is with me in studio. Unfortunately, we are all men. So the women, if you are listening to us, it's not that we are deliberately being biased to you, but it just happened that we are all men. So we need to continue. And when men meet, mostly we think about our interest first. But I'll open the phone line for you to also express your interest on this. Mark, do you think we should make DNA testing compulsory?
Oh, yeah.
From birth?
Sure.
When you are giving birth, then.
That one there is very, very important.
Why is it
important?
important?
It's necessary for it to be compulsory. Because, Alpha, imagine training up a child, paying the fees. Just imagine the pregnancy stage alone. The stress in it, being around a pregnant woman. At the end of the day, someone comes and tells you that, oh, Mark, all the suffering you did was not your child. Because every man's pride is him knowing fully well that my wife is pregnant after getting married. And then later, he knows that this child is mine. I have a piece of me also coming out. That
it's a proud moment.
Thank you, you see. So when people look at it, they'll be like, yes, this is
my
our first child.
Okay.
That alone, you've won the world. And imagine after that pride and all those emotional excitement, then later in life, you realize that, Charlie, all the goals now you play, everything will be offside.
So let's not do DNA testing from the beginning.
No, we have to.
Because if you don't do the DNA test,
we have
to. In your head, that child is your child.
The truth hurts, but you have to still do it.
No, but I'm saying that our grandfathers, they didn't have DNA. They did not have DNA testing. DNA testing or DNA test was not there. But they still felt that the kids were their kids and they took care of them. Yeah. And there was no counter evidence to prove.
With this generation or this era, they generalize everybody like, oh, I want to explore, that kind of mentality where both men and women have that mentality, oh, I want to explore. If you decided you are going into a marriage, you are going to be dedicated to one person and one person alone. But now everybody has made it normal, like it's normal to cheat on your partner.
Talking about exploring, have you seen the video circulating on various social media platforms of a Russian who came to Ghana?
Nah.
You've not seen it?
Nah.
Oh, well, I thought you were social media savvy. Even me, I've seen it.
I'm sure.
It was a video of a Russian who we are told came to Ghana and met quite a good number of young girls in Ghana. And most of them, he meets them, and after 30 minutes, tell them to meet him in his apartment. They go there and he sleeps with them. He has slept with over 30 women. And unfortunately for these women, he has posted it on a porn website. And these women, this morning, that's one of the issues that is trending on social media. Some of these women, he met them at the mall. Oh, well, I'm a Russian. I don't know whether it's the color or something. Or meet me at my house at this. They'll take his number. Then, after 30 minutes or after a while, they'll go there. And he recorded everything.
That's crazy.
From when he meets them,
so
taking the number, taking them to his apartment, and sleeping with them, everything was recorded. And everything had been posted on a porn website. And we are told that he's making money out of it.
Yeah, that's what they do. When they post it, they are being paid.
And these a lot of very young, beautiful Ghanaians.
I'm sure agenda
boys. The Ghanaian boys were like, 30 minutes. They just met you. They have, and it's like some of the boys they say, I would think about it for like 3 years.
3 years care. You follow her, you also you want to give up.
So it's really because we, we are made to understand that men cheat more than women, but these days so it's like some of the women are trying to catch up.
They have catch up already.
Last week we reviewed the story of a survey that came out that 51 women between the ages of 18 and 27 have multiple partners.
Yeah, sure.
The minimum is 3. So cheating on the side of women is also becoming a serious matter. It's like they are competing.
That's what I'm saying.
They are in competition
And
with the
made it
men.
look like it's normal. So like it looks like in every. Now we are also educated. You know how things run in the women's world. Your wife will come and tell you I'm pregnant, and you sit down
You calculate.
just to accept that this pregnancy is yours. You find it difficult because you be like, the last time we had sex, this happened. So how come? So like right now, even without a DNA test, you alone.
A lot of people are not sure.
Your is not at peace.
So a lot of fathers may not be taking care of the kids because they have doubts.
Because the DNA test also costs. Some of them just
Some can't afford.
they can't afford, so just be like, all right.
In my head, Charlie's
But he's not
it's
at
like
peace.
80-20.
So you see that sometimes the child will go and the father, you see that the father didn't the child, you don't understand. It's not like he's feeling like that you are not his child. He has a feeling like, oh no, this person, you are not my cause. From beginning, no, I was having doubts about you. So that father may not give all out for the child because he feels like, nah, your mother had a foul play somewhere.
Eish.
Yeah.
So you think, but what about the jailing part? That sounds too harsh.
Oh no, it's not harsh. It's all
According to the bill the man is
no,
proposing.
Because
If you
the story you read first about that guy who won the American lottery and came back. Alfa is going mentally.
Is it mentally he's off?
You,
He doesn't
forget
even
about the money expenses you've spent on the child.
because he said the emotional connection between him and the child, and he said that after she did that, she has blocked him. She has blocked him
no
from accessing
he
has no closure.
So right now,
he wants to hear like, why did you do that?
For the rest of his life, the man,
he will never
be
trust.
mentally stable. He's gone.
Oh.
It will only take by grace of God to bring that man back to his normal state. He's gone. Even if he marries another person.
So DNA test was the problem.
That's the problem.
If DNA test had not come in, he would have been okay.
No. Whether it comes to, yes.
He would have known at a point.
You have known at a point.
Because the other guy too
He will
come and claim.
Because since the wife was still in talk,
she was in
he was
touch.
definitely going to come back one day.
So it was even better for him knowing at that point.
Now, at least if you can get another wife and then start giving birth. But he won't be normal. He won't be the same man he was again. And as a man, what hurts the most or change a man is going through that kind of emotional stress. And it's very painful, Alpha. Imagine a man being at America and was like, I have a daughter, she's in Ghana.
Oh, 15 years old. She has taken care of.
And then showing pictures of the daughter to the friends. Like a proud father moment. You understand? Then at the end of the day, your mother-in-law calls to tell you that I want to break a news to you. News, they will tell you that the child now you've been boasting of news on the child.
It's going to be a very but it's not easy, man. So men.
Just thinking about it right now, I'm getting emotional because it's crazy. So which means your mother-in-law, and you see that thing, your mother-in-law also knew what was going on.
Yeah, the
whole family
the mother knew.
And none of them had a pity to let the man know that, yo, get your own life. Because the life I live in is not yours.
It's a very, very painful situation to be in. I don't know how. Maybe there are some men who are listening to us this morning who have an idea of how this thing feels like. We don't know. We've not been through it before, but unfortunately there are others who have been through it and will know how this feels like. I want to read the one that I told you about, the man who committed suicide in Denmark. After getting to know that the kid or the kids that he has. 4 kids. Four of them.
If it was one, I would be like, oh, it was a mistake. 4. So it means the woman deliberately went all out.
Ew.
And you should look into the husband.
I'm sure maybe he was there and she was here.
Sometimes
you see,
and you see that men go out, leave early morning just to go and hustle and make the family comfortable.
Once a woman are enjoying themselves,
breaking his back, the woman is at home. Someone is pounding her like fufu.
No, relax.
Oh, Alpha.
This is the morning show. Please relax. don't. Okay.
Nah, Alpha, it hurts. It
hurts. Oh,
4 kids.
4 kids too.
So it means all this were, you know, those places, insurance, healthcare, those kind of they're like they are expensive. So it means all his life he has just been running charity.
So he couldn't bear the news. He said, okay, then let me end it all.
Let me just end it. It's better because his life. So let me say
maybe he's a breadwinner.
He'll be around his 50s.
Yeah, maybe he's far advanced in age.
You see, so right now, which family is he going to start again? To call like this is my kid. How long is he going to spend time with his kid before he departs and goes to God? So better he goes alone.
Let me read some this one's a good morning Alpha. I think men must prioritize DNA testing over naming ceremony.
Definitely. And weddings. Spend a lot of money on weddings.
No matter how costly DNA test is, it will never be expensive than taking care of a child. Till he or she grows. I can't say more.
He hurts.
So he said that regardless of the cost of DNA test,
you need to be run.
Do it before naming ceremony. Because the naming ceremony is what we but he said that no, do the DNA test first, regardless of the cost, before going ahead with naming ceremony. And this is the story that I was referring to. It was posted by someone, and he said, Justin, my friend, so this person was his friend, Benjamin Ofei. His name is Benjamin Ofei, who found out in a DNA test that all 4 children are not his children. In his, guess what, 19 years relationship with his Ghanaian wife, has committed suicide in his garage in Copenhagen. Very sad.
Because 19 years.
4.
If it was a relationship, that one.
And this is somebody that has been taking care of
everything, from pregnancy to antenatal care,
to their
to
school fees,
to nursery, KG, preschool, to wherever they are right now.
But some of the women too say, we can be in marriages. And maybe after the death of our husbands, or maybe later in the marriage, somebody will show up. I am assuming his child. The women argue that we are forced.
But he has taken you see,
but I'm saying that
when that's their reason, it does to me. It doesn't.
So they seem to claim that you the men.
Yes.
You are going out there.
Yes, that
exploring.
I can't defend it. But and if that is their reason to let another man take care of another man's child, it's not fair. If the man goes out to cheat and gives birth, he makes sure he takes care of that child. Most men, they do. They take care of those child, even though the child is not in the family or not in the family house and it's away. They still take care of them. Some of them, not all of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of them.
But you're trying to say the woman is not compelled to extend any kind of support or help to that outside that child who was born out of wedlock or something.
You see, but you going out to cheat and bringing the pregnancy outside.
It's the position that is the role that women play.
Women play.
Their role when they go and cheat is a big deal. I'm not saying when men cheat is not a big deal. When men cheat,
it's their own bill. If you go and cheat and the other woman gets pregnant, you are the one going to take care of every bill that woman is going to get. Both the antenatal to naming ceremony to whatever that woman is going to do. You are now one going to take care of that child. But right now, as a woman, when you go and cheat and you brings back the pregnancy to your husband, the other man is chilling somewhere.
Because you can't tell your husband and
so that your husband has
and the other one cannot be, unless maybe he does it indirectly.
Indirectly. Now your husband has to be taking care
because
of
in his head it is his kid.
His child, and he's breaking his back. Well, look at the one we just said, 19 years. So which means the man has no child in the way. He has been faithful to the wife and 4 children. In his heart, they are all my children. And at the end of the day, someone walks up to you or you just get up and they tell you, no, this child, it's not your child. It hurts.
But the men too, they have the men too who cheat with married wives, married women. Why? Because I want to believe that if you want to cheat, you must have some Anna and some kind of and say that women who are married there.
Anna for Kelewele, seriously. Because someone is married, they know. Some know very well, and you know some.
There are some men who are even interested in married
pregnant women. Yeah, married women. And that's why back in the days when they get you, they won't spare. They'll give it to you because it's an abomination.
No, but it's a very big abomination.
You're a man, single man, you are lasting for a married woman, and you are eager to have sexual relationship with a person. It's crazy.
22 minutes after 8. You're still listening to the Orange Sunrise. Let me pick some calls. We'll continue with the show, but let me pick some calls at this point in time. 0541 022318. A plus says that he believes that DNA testing should be made compulsory. If a woman gives a man a child that does not belong to him, she can go to jail. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alfa.
Yeah, Kobe with you.
Alfa, shout out to Dennis. Alfa, meaning they are getting 100% because
Kobe Bacho, lower volume no man Bacho.
Hello.
Me too.
Yeah, a man and Kia was you by our bayano.
Kwako chekine nye sa no aboka be mlani beda ho a afa e collect because me be ma me chiti a me mfa mo ba se oba hwe no nti wo oba no kwanyem na akra no nye me dia ni kwa sha wo de ne ba ma me hwe no so ho wo se wa wo hwe no na wo ka kirem sa akra no nye me ba me hwe no se de bi ni se wo kan sa de we bia happy pen wo yelia enye nti no emlaba ho ne sanya ma no besuru nyame o musuru nyame nti afa ye pa mla no ye ni nyame nya adwuma.
Medasi Kobe said he agrees with the bill that A Plus is pushing. This one, okay, let me pick this caller here. Good morning.
Hi, Alfa.
Yes, Mr. Bedu, talk to me.
You see, my good friend, this is not the matter that I'm not saying it specifically because of you or our other friend in the studio. This is not a matter that we should laugh over it in discussing it. Because it is a very serious matter. It has to do with the family. It has taken some people over 18 years. They spent so much. Look at what happened to Odati. You alluded to. And then, look, the 8 gallons that, had a plane crash. One of them, look at the issue that came around the child. Because at that time, they needed the child to be tested as in DNA to determine that particular person. But in this case, the woman was more or less trying to hide the child for it to take the DNA because the woman knew very well that the child does not belong to that man. It came about, we talked about it, Sika, Stephen Amway name came into it, and once Sika was asked, he said, I know the lady, but...
Mr. Bedu,
yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
it remains an allegation, so let's be cautious, okay? We don't know
I'm
if
also, I've said it's an allegation. It's an
so
allegation.
we don't know
And
if the
I've heard
woman.
him.
We don't know for a fact that the woman rejected the DNA because she felt or she knew that the child did not belong to the man. We don't know that.
Okay,
for a fact.
allegedly.
So let's
Allegedly. I'm sure that is okay. In law, allegedly. You see, these are some of the things. We are not talking about morality anymore in society. In every society, this has become normal. It's a serious matter. If you're talking about this, Jesus said, the one who is not essential cast the first stone. Don't you be the non to a war and bobano. But even that, Jesus warned the lady that do not do this again. So that the worst prison does not come on you. It was not that Jesus was condoning it. No. He said admonish the lady. Seriously, don't do it again. Why have we make it normal? These are the same people you see. On Friday, they go to mosque. On Saturday, they dress up, go to church 7 days. And then on Sunday, hugely, they dress so well, go to church. I mean, these are not happening. These are not not at all. So-called church-goers, Muslims, Christians. And you are allowing this, it has become normal in our society. So I was very happy when the vice president said that she is going to take morality in our society seriously. Look at what happened in Eastern region, the Interco. Why? Have we gone to that extent?
Okay.
These people will know. You will have some people be defending this.
Okay.
If anybody is defending this, look at the history of that person. Oh, maybe I will come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badu, for joining us this morning. That's Mr. Badu's submission on this matter. You can call me on 0541 022318. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling?
Yeah, this morning, Mr. Fontana.
Mohammed, talk to me.
A+, may God guide him through this journey. This journey is very, very, very good. I wish this should be something that looking at it is very painful. Alfa, very, very painful. This base really didn't delay. To me, it shouldn't delay.
It should go through quick.
I'm saying it quick. Look, we have Muslims, we have Christians, and at the end of the day, all these things are happening. So if you ask yourself, or if we ask ourselves, where is the God that we always claim we are praying? It's very forbidden in Islam. It's very forbidden. But here that I see it that way. But when you go back to North, especially there's a tribe called Kusasi. When you do that, you will die. You, the lady, will die. Whether you like it or not, you will die. So I believe that if that culture was to be here, it would have been good. Imagine you choosing a man to call him your husband. And then when that man goes out, you always sneak out to sleep with another man. It's very painful. It's very, very painful. So I'm calling on the ladies to come down with this attitude. This character is very, very, very worried.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Musa, for your contribution this morning. If you are listening to us, you can also join us. This is something that has been looked at. You want to push it through in Parliament, and we are having to talk about it. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, meet you. Mr. Deji.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, no. But you meet you, Anope.
I'm a dog. Hello, Senegal.
Meet you, Kapa.
Abba.
Hello, meet you, you are on air, please. Can you?
Okay. Mr. Deji,
you meet you.
Abba, me jam cook so. You Mama food the catcher.
Meet you.
Aha. Now you catch yourself. Who did now see MPP, Baumia, President Kennedy Japan? Also, the NBC for any cocoa for after the whole of this. The watches of Kawata.
I show no tie and I what can wasem team in manami you so utie show na ubehu say ya ka kokoa say since last week and I can kokoa asem you discuss kokoa asem wa
Abananti
and na mo hwe mo no ya utie show no ko utie from 6 to 10
Apa na wo ye nwanwa apa wo na
hwe wonwa enti untimi mega nkyere me say oh yenka kokoa asem nti na unnim say Friday bia these are the subjects we treat on the show and we've discussed cocoa matters so why do you come to say yenka kokoa asem nti then
from Monday to India nti se waka me na ke kan waka
na tie there was a woman say first of all show no enye 1 hour pen e dey show no from 6 to 10 enti ebia yan discussing the 6 and then chese yan discussing the 9 is what does it is a one team conversation now what do you say and discuss it but discuss it but day bia so me conversation yanya untimi kan jem say Friday na e discuss it we no because e kokwa abanti yanko akofo ado wo so kra no Friday not these are the conversation we have so I don't know what I make up every we are man from ya ba koku na obamana
me last ka je say we are yam dem de better so
and o kan me sure say na wo say na wo wadwen o say wo betre wadwen so na wo kan na ye no nya adwen a be ka tiro
e be bo wo afa to ya me
o say
o mu ko tra o nya adwen papa na ne we
minti da wo kan o say okay he's not ready to contribute to the conversation. You can call me on 0541 022318. Join me with your submission on the issue of DNA, whether or not it should be made compulsory. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
How Baba me too.
Because I feel that zongo.
Yo, me too.
Me did so when you pa.
Amado me hoye.
The doba dia so in the swatche. Me tie fu nyina ne afrefu nyina. Mr. Tekime Pacho, ya nya abotre kakra wai. Ne study program ni yi pa na kokko ho asem no makapa. Na bi ate na wante we de ni die mu a Mr. wo na show ni nyefe me Pacho. Eni die mu oba Pacho, oba pa me pa wacho wai. Afa me Pacho de mpesa me kanie. Wo DNA test ayeyi. We de ni die mu. Omo amu ye sa test no nka mo ma ne bo no mrafom. Ne bo no ba fom wa. Oba bia nyima ne kunu lead no ana wo a ne kunu lead no. No fa no nko ne ye DNA test no. E bi se ma ye gu ye ni mu ase todo. E bi se be ma entimi nkonye nyimbe abonte mehim e be oba na kwanyim e be hye be ma. Nti we die ye sre. So ati ase omonte DNA no so. Na ukofie bi mu a Otimu sakola wo fie we mu no. O sakola wo sa fie we mu. So what I say, ne ye. So ne bibia wo ye bia se fie we fo nkola. So de papa nti sa fie no. So ya sa ma ye mojafra ma ye say ye bibia ye basa. Otimu sa fie bi mu. Omu ye decent from head to toe. So mo se baba ku bia ye be wo na beto sa busua ni mu no. Hey, do be ye no. Mo ambe nu se sa ba ne beto ababusuam wo hwehwem wa ba wo se sa moja no eni mabusuam ye kofa oba so ne kofa be hye mu maamo nti ye DNA no me pene so se oba bia nyema anaso wo a ni kunu ni di no no nko ye DNA test o se ye srem won e ma dodo na e ba be so ne ma sebe o mo ambe ye adwuma dodo na nyinsen no ma wo Dudu na mfa nkwala na nkofie. Fa nkwala na kodru fie na hwe de be yawo. So ta se dudu na adwane eja nkwala na wa ha. So ta se dudu na adwane eja nkwala na wa ha.
So say yen o.
No makọ. Onfa ba enya ba if you ba no fa nkọ frɛ fie no na obɔ dam so I say ena ba no obegya ha kuma se na oba ya na obegya de sakra so obegya no wako ena tradition bi so a wo sa oba no eba no so wu a wu ma me no wobewu sa moja fra na wo koyeye no nti se sa de no ba bia nka ma nka we no ma ye nyina nka ebegyai nti amaye mesra mo eni die mo a oba pa me pa ma chow munyai moja fra munyai na mu bu ma ni mu ase do omo fa moja fra mpe ni abusia nya bata
That's it. Obaba, thank you very much for your take on this matter this morning. You can join me as well on 0541 022318. Good morning.
But my good friend, you see, the price of oil has now been reduced. I mean, some sources sometimes you even get a 2,000, 2,005 thereabout. So it has been reduced to the barest minimum. So let's just take it seriously. And you see, the man that just came in talked about decent families. You see, nowadays, the white people even regard decency. They look at morality than even the blacks. Why is this so? So, I mean, if you're talking about decent and a very respectful family, somebody else, a shameful person, this is a shame. You know, those days, you tell me why is it that it's not happening in those days? Those days, if you get, let me tell you so that my ladies will hear. You see, yes, sir. What who I pay a diamond so much now. I just what can but nowadays, because of the operation, severe session and all that, you will do operation and you. So, it's a serious matter. I'm saying, my good friend, Alfa, just donate, Yampa Monday, for Mr. Place to be more no Kuku.
Please, that was his opinion, so let's not be harsh on him. 0541 022318. You can also join me this morning and be part of our conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Michelle, talk to me.
This is not the first time as Uncle Mori do a show so. And always know Osiki Senka didn't the income because I have them a baby and him baby. A father, you know, I dream by a father, so a bandit also nurse is why the album and the didn't make us Alfa. Who make his statement be said? Yana no me DNA, but I don't know no more job money at the life no go through. I own him. Okay, and another time now. Not when I'm fast a warren ban. Need different. And I may be so says or bar crowd while receive who say free bema for them create PR or life I end it. And I said, before to baby Jawa Reno, the wood Jawa Rea or Bush Yakara, we cry or no Timukran, they ask him. It's not merge shoes any man. It's not Ed they say or Babel for fat buffalo for slab on their baby sim. Nay, Marco. By the year, is a fact. So what I said, what's that make you be say, like, say, young as a gene number, a bema bemani who say, and yaneba. After every baby. Topic now the buyer real conversation, you know, or say, omoye, cancer, abucho process, and I issue by minimum beer or the funny back abucho. Process in Korea was it in the banner verify who say, and a bampa. I come by any dean in I day. I just send in a back. The same this I say. And I was better human like dean in it me failure now. Afa.
Oh, any day and yet likely. Chances maybe a mistakes to me by anybody. You be any perfect.
Okay.
But the level of we know a high.
Okay. Level of say
even though human institution be our results bit mama will be but say maybe I go through pepepedia the level of we know accuracy in was through.
Okay. I was sure the there's a uti plus and as a was a son because everybody son you come on for you come member because as for the American as in say or the akwa kwa buchi okumu say anybody they say one olusu like trust or by secondly love and all man ba olusu okay I say look I mean need this and come on and oh yeah okay or say like or don't olusu ba say bia wo be ha kwa na dey wo be hwe ne bo so me bia o dey sika be ma na so fan ka because
Obani de wajano.
Obani de wajano.
Oh.
So what I said because we need trust when you move because where the kind you react and there and which one I say no crowd there.
Yeah, the firstborn ana.
Oh, then the first one.
Firstborn is a no firstborn.
Into no Alfa, into no really there because you can see it's not so on yet there. And you know problem in and say 1 year cry now. My men and can come my friend who send you papa and your papa. So I can say, or better you say no papa no into ye be emphasis could be or one. Yen shana mean to be for we see you know you will be an Janet in chain. So I said, yeah, the one that I let you. What did papa know what I correct to maybe you could do you not send any banana. So I said, it's some girls they go for money because they're man on Yemen on this car. Ultimate sharp plan and finding to be okay. It's the end of the time, the movie whisker or shall be stage to be an ordinary from idea man. So I said, if you was a condemn on a must have affiliated over condemn man. Because your Bible will be dinner baby up to say like a new good idea. So I said, we need
thank you very much, Michelle, for joining the conversation this morning. 42 minutes after 8. This morning, we are giving you more time to talk about this. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Mr. Mensa, talk to me.
Yeah. Through the DNA cells, now it's normal. Olden time, everybody has science in his own house. You can't go and do that distance outside and just come and mess with the man. Now we say we are eye open. Now look where we are now. It's very good for the government. Anyway, that one is the only thing is I want to ask you, Alfa, we are in this country. Hello.
I'm listening to you.
Hello.
I'm listening to you, sir.
We are in this country, and black star line, sheep, and cocoa get sink, and later the sheep come back to Ghana. The sheep come back to Ghana. Whose father? Who did that? Cocoa farmers, they started suffering, not now. And now, all the thing, where the price comes from, who brought the sugar cane? The one who brought the sugar cane, he brought the price. This thing starts from Akufado's father. That time, they went bastard line with cocoa and sheep and sink, and cocoa come back. So they should stop. We know that issue. They should keep quiet. Kwame Nkrumah is possible for this country.
Okay, so Mr. Mensa, we didn't talk about cocoa this morning. We talked about some other matters. So, good morning.
Good morning.
BY.
Alfa.
Yes.
But people should not try to sometimes be for a moderator, because by this we have social issues. About what the member of parliament is advocating for. I think it will help a lot of men, because it appears most of the women we have, most of them are, they want people, especially the men, to take charge of work. See, those days, our way of marriage was different. You would do the rites amidst some spiritual prayers. So those days in our parlance, local parlance, it would say that if you bring a wrong pregnancy, maybe to your husband, there was something they called ubechirewia. Ubechirewia means in the course of birth, it will be difficult for you to deliver that child. So you have to confirm or confess. That's the word. You have to confess. And there were some rituals that they will perform before you can give birth. But today, because of the CS, the cesarean, if the person is finding it difficult in labor, then they go through the process that the child is out. So if he's advocating that we should make a paternity test mandatory, it will help a lot of people. Thing that is so sad. The child is about 18, 19 years, and it's been detected. The father will withdraw his assistance from that child. Maybe the child is in school and whatever, and the child becomes a victim, while the mother will be moving around, freely. You see, so the punishment of the child should go to the mother. And when it is detected that the woman, brought a wrongful pregnancy to the man, the punishment will be you have to retrieve all the antenatal costs. You have to divorce the woman and then to disown the child. I think these three will do, but we ask of the future of that child. Can that woman send that person to another man? And would that man also accept? So it's something very serious. I remember when they were trying to pass a bill on cohabitation, women were very happy. Some opportunistic women were very happy that then if I stay with you for 6 months, you can't just divorce me without compensation. This one too, any woman who is found culpable should compensate the man, not just a divorce and other things. Because of late, you can imagine, people are taking advantage of marital relationship and doing exactly whatever they want, especially on the part of the woman. He doesn't love the man, but because the man wants a wife, that lady will just step in and to come and do the wrong thing. So I agree, and there must be a law on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you too, BY, for your take on this. If you want to call me, you can do so on 0541022318. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
The DNA, if you don't trust the first one,
hello, good morning.
Can do the second
Please, good morning. Okay, I think 0541022318 is how you can join me this morning. Don't forget that you can also send me WhatsApp message on. Please, those who have called, allow others to also join in. It's very important. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling me from?
I'm Francisca. I'm calling from
Francisca from Ahojo.
Hello.
Yes, you said you are Francisca from Ahojo, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you are the first lady I've gotten on this conversation, so it's going to be, I'm going to give you more time. No, you are the second lady. Sorry, you are the second lady. I got to Bapa. So, what's your view on this matter?
Okay. Kakra me person me can say the paternity test no a good set. I was a debate but if I baby so yeah na like for my focus on the maternity test as well. Because I nearly lost my marriage due to that. Yeah, they were on 45 years, and me 10 years about the Falcon to kind. So, that DNA test here, it claims a colony like I nearly went mad, like me board. I'm crying, sir.
So
I was like, no. If just a new ban is easily power, you go for a maternity test. So, yeah, I'm also count. And he told me, say, and yet,
and you also back. Hey.
Yes.
So what happened?
So now I was there, co-hospital. Because she knew the idea. My who may bad liver.
My fun is
hide from me ba no so no funny.
Na oko hospital no dey no mo ka kire o dey no painful no.
Well, according to a doctor, now or just mistake it a by because some time ago some parents didn't do the logistics. They didn't take it seriously. Yeah.
Indeed, Eddie can happen, you know. Then ukunu ye like okay say watch it.
I told you not cry the mama jamba so later on as a offer or to na as a separate sister. So Oba Ghana na me confronting them no me say na so me kasa me piano born so emotion dey nya senkeso. Oh. So ansana okache me say okoye paternity test no akola ne but all the same now the akola ne come but and I say how my confused right.
You say granka affect your mental health.
Of course.
Wow.
Of course. Because me was 25 years.
Oh,
not the first time. Oh yeah. Not BBC ever this thing. I'm on my way maternity test for so na papa. You be said because pregnant so you be a gene and man and be a gene but
wow, Francisca made us say what be share your experience because I know pay your maternity but I'm say focus ni na paternity because no I'm say be man in the doors. Maternity. Do as on we two ni na ye sure say ABI mistakes being happening.
Exactly.
Very important. Francisca, that's why I'm be sure me that's a pass of So that is Francisca sharing her experience with us. It's a very, very revealing experience. Wow. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please, your name and where you're calling me from. Pacho, bit more low volume now, Pacho.
Okay. But okay.
Me too.
Okay, but the because the France Kabaka in America be also. Because me have one. Number one early 20s. They say me was 62 years. Number be a tafo. Number they look away. Away or buy no. Number is catching. You need to quit the buy a quarter. A quarter engine was just 3 months or so. What I quite the one say, hey. That will be a tough be a no for Kaleko Fabe. A power, that I'm telephone to you. Said in the telephone, we are best ready for Croy. And he away of a quarter for hospital. Uncle, my good time. Say, I now say, walk out a year of the Baba way in Yadi. And he away a no, away no bullshit, one who moved up, but none of the way. We see the way. Now, fortunately, and the deeper to the way. Two pay. No, yeah, no, but I don't wear no shop. I don't get it. Say, no, we are Kaya. That's my man. Wait, but men of cutting, we catch the no beer on the camper. I don't know how many who the Federal to tell you because the end that I was my religion. 20 I from Korea. I can't make a say that. Give me a mother for US. And I'm saying, what was that correct? Okay, I didn't cut my men. If I test that, if I say, oh,
we're going back on maternity in the
so, if I say, my men of father, only a father, way, the same, I mean, you put the engineer, you tell it, yeah, I would say I could go be an hospital because of them experience. Where they just be over there, come me out of that.
Hospital phone is a because we are
now say I'm mistakenly Dana a cuckoo and yes, be a mamma force.
A lot of experiences being shared. You know, that's why I love radio because It gives you the opportunity to listen to different kinds of experiences. And this morning, that's what this conversation has brought. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Eja, talk to me.
Yo, Alfa, Enra, Mete.
Hello? Hello, Eja? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I said me online.
Network no.
Now I say Andrew, where then?
Mete say Mr. Techika say, and then the Eja aya there. Now, Mr. Techika say call segment no o na o ye jeja na. O na o jeja man who say we there. Wa frɛ wa ya there we so anya there.
O there.
Eye adwenkyerɛ ne nyina yɛ kyerɛ o. Enti wo ba wo kyerɛ wadwen na obi nso akyerɛ na dwen. Kan bia ta hu sɛ obi fra na wa fra tie no o comment wo nipa ko no na ne comment ho. Oh. Hwɛ sɛ wonim Supreme Court. Wɔn ho nyina wɔn yɛ judges are competent judges. And so about giving verdict they turn it into a vote. Na woman for majority side. If you say woman you say yen nyina qualify na so obia ne say you see hu na de fa. And he said you see tia ade asefa. Enti no so guys ade na wo ba kire wadwen na me so me kire wadwen ne enko yanim. Alfa ai case here that we one say one part no another part nso enye. If we say say the bar it will deter some of the women to refrain from that act. And the other part, it will infringe the right of other people. Because it's a compulsory. Because a go crowd, no, one found open ideas are. And China feel our force and so on. So, now, also be a Niska. So, you mean 70 government, so everybody are. And non-compulsory. Now, so the government must bear the cost. And that's it.
Thank you very much. That's a just submission on this issue. 0541022318. You can also join me and let me know what you think. It's 58 minutes after 8. This is still the Orange Sunrise here on Orange 107.9. We've activated the phone line for you to join us. And I think that this morning, Francisca has really helped our conversation a lot with the experience, the personal experience that she shared. She was young when she gave birth, and the paternity test proved otherwise until they did the maternity test to know that there was a problem. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm in Kachi. The from is Kudia.
Kudia meet you. Kudia meet you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a bad girl. Now you're US. And when you boy be worry.
Okay.
And she worry means it's not boy no a won Kwarami no a war Cape Coast.
Before worry Obano.
Whatever me but now you are Ghana.
Okay, now I'm to say, now boy, no, a Bemano, Nemano,
Brandon repeat. And there's nowhere almost the Brandon repeat. And there's nowhere almost the idea and no name, Papa the Yerokra echo. It's a problem. And my dear, also the Baron in the but my Bemano Bagana, every Busa, Obano can say, dear, no, a sophobia catcher say, but something that didn't a year a question DNA. I was like, got a system. But something that was no, now, if you have a photo,
and then go different, we know Mungo.
What say?
Some quote different police no Muzango testing. And Muzano go with alcohol.
Exactly. And see, dear question said, not to say, Quano so no to say no, or more, so more father crown, and mamma and quantity.
But Abiana gets on with maternity zone. it be an mistakes and they be more case mistake to me happen in hospital.
Oh, it's true. Mistakes there, but also American system no omu specific DNA lab or memoir.
Okay.
Oh, come
I said be man and a day in the be man side no more motion.
Aha, be man side no more, you ban side no more. And a be man side no na or pay or secret US. And the US government, you know, announced a State Department in the air per se. And near man, a year, I say, your cannot a no crescent crown, you will all the
yes, I know. Okay.
Oh,
yes, I agree. Omega's a wood chantro because I say,
exactly. Oh, wood chantro. But when you know your name, you feel that and yet who here. But yes, I'm not. Yes.
Do what you the DNA in your compulsory?
Aha, no, about affecting Ghanaian. They also call when you're kind of the walk, now scholarship being and the money now for the war.
Process no more ding. I say more, Mate.
It's a basta. But I have a system now, yeah, we have to do.
I see.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, okay. Mr. Kudia, sir, also Wababe. So that is Mr. Kudia, also relating to us a story that is very close to him. This morning we've heard a lot of stories about this DNA, this paternity test and maternity test. It's not easy. Good morning. Please, your name?
My name is Musa.
Your name again?
Musa.
Musa Bajo lower volume no mami wai. Bacho pa. Musa has a freo. Oh, okay. Musa has dropped the call. We'll take just some few calls and then we'll have a conversation with Umar Harris, who is already in studio. 0541022318 is how you can also join me this morning if you are listening to the conversation. We've been talking about A+ move to send a bill to Parliament to make DNA compulsory, and if you give wrong pregnancy to a man, you can go to jail. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Please, your name and where you're calling me from.
Obviously, calling from Ajumate.
Okay, me too. I'm listening to you.
Obviously, Alfa. Asamna if I say Canadian, honorable if I say Canadian, no Kwanso, a boapa. Now, me experience and I make catch it away. And I'm me a young, old school. That time, me call GHS 3. And lady be ebe cross me. Na crossing no muno and a couple pregnancy.
Oh, we've lost Bessie on the line. Bessie, please, if you are listening, call back. We are interested in your story. We want to hear this story. But we've lost you now, so try again to re-establish or to call us again so that we can hear from you. Good morning. Musa Midio.
Asama E+ they call the deal and one think DNA no a be composed organa. I didn't think I make an Madam for or permanent ba and I go around 11. I run by fear.
Oh,
baby die. The following day. Feel I don't know what
the following day
now the following day I'm free to move you now can understand the feel
and the feeling
and the feeling person about
oh fee and I'm move fee. Hello Musa. Oh, hello yes Musa, as I was lying no who free sugar and I will say akwala ben na koda fie ben
obeda we fee
Okay, wadam for ba.
Madam for ba.
Akwala no wanyini ana wa akwala kitwa.
Wanyini obi be JSS.
Nti oba obi ho mu fie ho ana.
Nti opamu akwada no ana akwala no beda e wo mfie ho.
Okay.
Kinari tie na mi bisa me wife say na abranti we yare. Ana so ni papa e suspect ni say enye ne ba. Nti no wapamu na efirifo say nya de akwala no ba ni fie ho bi.
Wapam akwala no mum.
Wapamu akwada no firi ni fie ho.
Oh, is akwala no wanya.
So ma akwala no ba fi ho suspect no. I see a menu kase afa menu kase see akwada no ada ne drug addicted.
Oh.
Me dunya me.
Oh, they say papa no say who suspect me bia enya akwada ne so pam no. Ana say ngeze okoye test na hu.
Yes,
who suspect ke na pam na nere no eda so ne tiana.
Ne yenda so ne one ne yenda so ti.
Ena wapam akwala no mum.
Wapam firstborn no aso so wa suspect firstborn ben nyinu ya no train dey ono wo moti wo.
Oh, we na say we dey.
Masa. Ni me koso wo Ghana ha no. Afa ano wo dey. DNA pa ni edika verify bibia. Wo do wa dey kwa ni say wo dey. Ya ban no wo man nye composer mai. So dem bo mai no because hard dream.
Easy. Say thank you very much, Musa. But the father who did that, Charlie, it's not easy. 0541. Let's pick the last two calls and then I'll let Harris express an opinion on this. I don't know if you are aware of the A+ matter. Good morning.
Morning, Alfa.
Busy.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Me lose you.
So, Alfa, to catch everything short, no. Quiet say means and buy, no. Yeah, Nipan, you be no, when to me, mommy meeting because that time I was young. I know the man will be for. Tinipan son in the train, yeah, say no one. But once our bony dini, the Zibema or Ba when you need nti no wo mo de akura ne ma no e ma oni akura ne tena ya ni sister akura na je no ono ade we se wonje no kura wo ye no nti oni akura ne tena ya ma akura ne ku school nyina wie secondary school ku sua adwuma nyina nti echire no sua adwuma ne wie no ana be ma ne ye se wo de akura ne etu kwai ana o mo ye so nko ye DNA nti wo ko ye DNA no na abase enye ne ba ne akura no. Even though the lady had sex with the guy, but once, but me no dear, me on several occasions. But because I was young, I didn't have money, no. Yeah. I know the man, no. Until later on, yeah, me say guy, no. I could just say like I could know any bar that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Them decided say no. If that is the case there, I will go in for the child. Because a bekwa ko basi biduru baby no akura no bekwa ko gina baby e bude nyame na awrade me papa we need that kind of thing. When hwe na no me aba wo so. Entina me a me koi na me kokwaje akura na me akura na ye me ba. Say me na kam me ma wo.
Ba wo wan ye DNA test.
That be the media. Now I believe myself that I did it. Because I was with the lady. Yes.
And later I prove he said no because of
no. But now I didn't have a sex pain within that same period. No.
Interesting.
And you know, I go back. I went for my girl. Now she's about 30-something years.
30-something. Hey. When
you need is good. Yes, but nebuon said a missy nebuon. I think say a dear about
the bear naming ceremony, the Angafaya DNA. No,
it's the best
ceremony. No, if you are a ceremony of something, you are not.
And there's a wood you would this away now and it's a wad, yeah, and there's no need for you to go and do it.
Okay.
Me no, I could need in a honum, let me in a honum more. One more. Everything says it.
Interesting.
It's an abiding tissue, name Raffem. So when to mean Fakura, I want to name Raffem because there are some Giba society, and no minimum will be a hoton.
Thank you very much, Obese, for joining us this morning. This morning, we've listened to very, very interesting experiences. I want to listen to voice notes.
Alfa, ade anka ye plus person opushi pa de Alfa. Eka be boa pa o, cause me dwen sa de we hu enye nde. Alfa me akasa no me wa friend a watu kwan sesia. Alfa the last time I was in akura bi picture chile me say ne banie bet obi na ehwe no ma me ne say nya ne ba no. Alfa me si wi ase ehu o because how an nice city and me homeboy and 9 send your friend in Hositia. Would then name crowd Evans who was anti Obia on Pekin says, Yabana scratch and be a friend in the general and me homeboy now. But Obina Shema our friends is here as the way. I've a simple program here also. Yeah, MC Larry program, a program at the last time. I said, Mammy been a papa biatsna so many years. I won't crack to it. Afa maame na bewu wa bewu sese afi na papa na hu se nkra tre ne ba kura anya ne ba sese nkra do de koma hwan sama fo ma sama ma on maame no susu wu ko busa hwan ente nkra no ye ne dai afa wiase pa ma no me blow fana na ko dwani ti ofli ba we nyame nya.
Thank you very much, Nana Kojo, for your take on this particular issue this morning. Unfortunately, we can't pick any more calls, but you can send me voice notes. Harris, good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
I hope you're good.
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great.
This morning, I don't know if you were listening before you came in, but
I listened to
you've heard a lot of accounts regarding DNA.
Yeah.
That's what A Plus is seeking to push. I don't know what. I know you are passionate about all these issues. What's your take on it?
Well, regarding this whole move, you cannot just make a specific or definite statement, because I would always want to come from the Islamic view as a Muslim, and then we have Christians too who also have their own view regarding it. But for me, I think the DNA is not something that we can just overlook. But then where in Islam we believe that where it is necessary, it can be conducted. That is, immediately you are married to the woman, there is no argument regarding the paternity of the children. When it is a marriage that has been legally contracted, the issues of DNA does not set in at all in Islam.
But sometimes people marry and they go outside of marriage.
Yes, that is when
to have relationships.
That is when suspicions set in and they begin to have disputes over the paternity
sometimes
of the children.
There will be no evidence that will let you even confront or have disputes. Like everything is smooth. Especially, there's another problem. Those of our compatriots who are not in Ghana, maybe abroad, married in Ghana. I don't know where you live, but where I live is a major issue.
But it is not acceptable in Islam.
Okay.
When you are legally married, okay, when you are legally married and there is no cause for alarm, you are living happily, you've not seen anything whatsoever to trigger that move, it is not allowed. Because, you know, sometimes, even when you doubt the woman or you doubt the paternity of your children and you go ahead to conduct the DNA and it comes out that they are your children, it breeds a different problem into the marriage.
That is in the in the middle of the marriage. No. But if this law becomes the law, it means that from onset, just like we do birth certificates. So it's like we'll do that before the birth, so that we know that the name we are giving to the child is indeed
of the child.
So then there will be the woman cannot say, why? No, because it's the process.
Like early supplier involved.
So it's like quick now. Everybody is clear.
In the system.
There's no.
For that, I think we'll just speak generally. We will not go into anything. I think it's a good step. At least men are suffering a lot. We've heard the story of Odate Lamte. We've heard the stories of some prominent people who raised this case to prominence, and then it ended up to be like they were not their children.
Somebody, there's some, I think it was last 2 weeks. The person is in, I think, Denmark. He's married to his wife for 19 years. We've even related to it, but I'm just telling you, like, he thought they have given birth to 4 kids. And then after DNA, it was revealed that the kids, 4 of them, all of them, were not his. You know what he did? Committed suicide. He ended everything. Because I'm sure he felt there's no, the journey is, so let me just.
Suicide is not an option.
Of course, for us it's not. But
I don't know whether he's a Muslim or Christian. If he's a Muslim, there are stories that he can relate to it. And if he's a Christian, there are stories in the Bible.
Of
people
course,
who grew up to a certain age that there was no hope, but then God made a way.
So this thing is really a problem.
It's a problem.
This morning there's very refreshing story that was told by one of our colleagues. Her name is Francisca. Or I think yes. So she said that she married at very early age, and the husband at a point traveled outside of the country, and so they had given birth to a kid, and the husband wanted to take him. So the DNA test was conducted, and the results indicated, or the results showed that the child is not his. You understand? Now, as a result of that, their relationship was on the verge of breaking. In fact, she herself said that she nearly went mad. A mental.
She can't understand.
So she was like, okay, then let's go and do because she believed in herself. So she said, okay, let's do maternity test too. Okay. So when they did the maternity test, it also proved negative that the kid is not hers. So then they went to the hospital, and the conclusion was that there may have been a mistake. So the hospital too, sometimes that's where the mistake comes.
That's the reason.
So when you do paternity and you don't do maternity, sometimes some of the women may not be guilty.
Yeah.
So
because
it was a very interesting story.
There are issues in this country where we see the trafficking or the trading of babies at the hospitals.
Yeah, sometimes
we've seen documentaries of such things. We've seen how babies are being swapped from others. Rich people who want male and are not getting. Sometimes they contract some dubious doctors and nurses, and they do the swapping. So it is not always that maybe it's a woman who is, out of, infidelity or something. So the issue, if we are going into it, we should go in. So I think this conversation has triggered for the bill to be looked at it again. So it shouldn't be only maternity or paternity. It should be both of the couple of the two, so that at least you can be rest assured, and it's going to save us a lot, because those who are in dubious, trade of the sales of case and swap of case, they are going to run out of business.
There will be a lot of scrutiny on them.
Yes, they are going to run out of business, because hospitals whom are found culpable of such things, definitely there will be a drastic action to ensure that the system is sanitized to prevent such things from happening. So I think it's spot on, but then we should look at it very well. We shouldn't just make it limited to just paternity test. It should be both paternity and maternity, so that at least you
are clear, so that because maybe there are chances that
I think
they may have made a mistake. Now let's go to Cocoa. This morning, a lot of people say they are not happy with your government.
Okay.
Say, in DC. Some people have even had cause to say this one mere, what do you call it, exchange rate and the price of cocoa at the world market is compelling you to reduce the price of cocoa per bag from more than 3,000 to a little, or let me say, below 2,600. And some have even questioned. Imagine if you were hit by COVID, then they wouldn't know what you would do. A lot of people say you promised the cocoa price could even go to 6K, possibly. Now, even the 3K, you couldn't maintain it. You've reduced it. You've not been fair to the farmers. Have you been?
Alfa, you see, this issue of cocoa, if we are not careful and then tackle it with so much tact and then considering all factors, we'll be making a lot of mistakes. Why I'm saying so is at those who are comparing the times, they should also be mindful that COVID came on its own. At the time COVID came, we should be asking, what was the price of cocoa in the world market? So if you want to relate maybe COVID came and cocoa was doing well while COVID was still prevailing, you'll be making a mistake because I don't know. During the time of COVID, what was the price of cocoa? That is the first thing that we need to consider. That is the first thing. So equating, imagining if the NDC was in government during COVID, how we would have survived it. I think it doesn't come in at all.
Well, they are using that example to make the point that just mere shift in global trading or commodity trading has affected the government so much to the extent that the only option they could opt for was to reduce the price of cocoa.
President Mahama was hit with Ebola in his past administration. It was a major pandemic and it was serious as well.
But Ebola was not as sweeping as COVID was.
But then even amidst the COVID, there were African countries who were doing better, even under Akufo-Addo, that they are complaining that it's crashed everything. There were African countries who were doing better that we were telling them, benchmark them, don't only complain. You understand? So when you look at the measures that the government is putting in place currently to salvage the situation is not only for Ghana. That is the reason why sometimes when they are complaining and they are doing comparative analysis between Ghana and the Côte d'Ivoire, and I ask them, why are the cocoa farmers not considering options of taking their cocoas to Ivory Coast to go and sell? Because the problem the Ghana...
There's a ban.
Good. The cocoa farmers, the problem the government of Ghana is facing regarding cocoa issues is worse when you go to Ivory Coast. It's an international problem. Every government is struggling to hold it.
Do you think the best approach of this government would be to apologize to cocoa farmers?
How would the government apologize?
Something. And I've read
Alpha,
a Facebook post by Eric J. He seemed to say that first thing they will have to agree is that this was not something they promised the cocoa farmers. And the cocoa farmers clearly have been disappointed. He first of all will apologize, whilst he believed the government will find a way to work around it. Some say that's a better response. A response that looks like, okay, we didn't anticipate this. We've had to, maneuver our way through this difficulty. But if you continue if you justify it the way some people are doing it, it's like you are not paying attention to the sensitivity of the cocoa farmer.
Last week I was here, and the first thing I did was just to appeal to them to, reason with us, as the times is not, conducive or is not favorable enough. Even in economics, whatever projection is going to be made, they say if all things being equal. And you can't have all things to be equal on almost every time. Things change. A whole lot of swappings, a whole lot of dynamics in the economic world. So that's the reason why even when you are making projection, when it's economic, you say if all times or if all things being equal. At the time we were on the government of MPP to have done better. That time the world price for the cocoa was $100 million per ton. 16 bags makes up 1 ton.
No, it's not $100 million.
That's how much?
Are you going
$10,000? Sorry, $10,000. Sorry, $10,000 per ton. And today, let's ask ourselves. So based on that $10,000, that was the reason why we felt like the government was not making the cocoa farmers have a run for their money. And as at that time, exchange rate was, let's just even equate it to 14 cedis. It was time for the cocoa farmers to at least benefit more. But the government was paying them less as compared to the world market then and the rate, the exchange rate then. So we felt like the government was making more. It was more or less like a monkey they work and baboon they chop. The government could do better because after everything, at least even if the government divide the proceeds of the income of cocoa into 3 and give the cocoa farmer 2, the cocoa farmer would have been better off. But then the government decided to pay less when all conditions were favorable to make cocoa farmers profitable. That was the argument we waged.
That was the government that increased the price of cocoa, I think from 800 to 3,000 something.
Yes, Alpha.
And that was like a quantum leap.
And Alpha,
and you guys were on the rooftop, still blaming and criticizing them for giving the cocoa farmer a bad deal. For the cocoa farmer and the ordinary Ghanaian, they make the argument. How can someone be defending 2,500 and something whilst the same person criticized 3,100 and something
simple.
cities.
I see, it's very simple. Like I said, just as they were telling us that every problem that we had in this country was as a result of COVID. Today, cocoa in the international market has devalued, has lost its value. As at the time they were paying what we were demanding more for the cocoa farmers, the cocoa was very, very valuable in the international market. The price was so high, interest rate was so high, to the extent that when you look at all other factors, the cocoa farmer supposed to have profiteered more than the government was doing, amidst even the increment the government gave the cocoa farmer. So the government was benefiting more from the sweat of the cocoa farmer, more than the cocoa farmer deserved. And that was the reason why, that was the justification the NDC government then said, looking at all these factors, the cocoa farmer is supposed to have gotten more of what the government is giving, the cocoa farmer. But today, what is the price of the international price of cocoa? It has devalued beyond recognition that the government would have to even subsidize to be able to purchase cocoa from the licensed buyers and the cocoa farmers. So it is the situation that has befallen the government, and the government is not making complaints and excuses.
They are making complaints.
No.
Haven't you heard from the CEO? He's been all
the
over
CEO
the place
is only telling us, he's only
complaints.
unearthing the problems that he inherited. You understand? He is only talking about the problems. If all these slippages and leakages were closed, or the government or the previous administration managed the resources of the cocoa board well,
some people would think it will be incompetent on your part, the government, to have not known this before you assumed power.
To have not known that the previous administration had mismanaged the cocoa
known
board for us to envisage this problem.
The system or the situation at the cocoa board before
Alpha,
you
don't forget, I this morning I chanced on a video of Dr. Mahmoud Bamia when he did encounter with the press, and one of the pressmen asked him, cocoa board is on the verge of collapse, what is his plan in case he gets the nod? The answer he gave to the media, and it was all over in Ghana, that cocoa board is on the verge of collapse. Well, he's not aware of that. He will just refer to the data before he can make any comment on that.
That was his view of
good,
the
yes,
situation.
that was as the head of the economic management team, let's put it, and also sitting vice president then. You understand? But one thing that I am putting across is these problems, we all knew that there were problems there, and we are coming to work on it.
Yeah.
But I remember what President John Dramani Mahama said. You see, he said, look, most of the things that we are telling you about the rot and the corrupt practices and the evil practices by this government, the NPP government, we cannot tell you all, because some of the things, they are sitting on it until they go for us to go into the books. We will never be able to unearth
what
the
you're saying
crisis
that
in it.
the government couldn't have known that this was the level of rot.
Exactly. We might have an idea based on the things that were available, the document, the situations that we are seeing so glaring, but the ones that were hidden, unless we take office before we will see them and be able to work on them.
The rots that you talk about, they were there in existence, but they first of all were giving the cocoa farmers more than you are seeking to give them, and they didn't have difficulty in buying the beans. You say you've come to meet this road, and it's affected you to the extent that the price will have to be reduced by close to 30%, and then we will have to also face difficulties in buying the beans.
Alpha, my simple question is, if we assume office at the time that cocoa price was at the same rate in the international market as the MPP were, do you think all this situation would have happened? What will warrant that? Nothing will warrant that, because this is a government that promised to deliver to the cocoa farmers. We were very positive-minded and forward-thinking, that we were hoping that it stays that, so that we come and show the difference between the MPP administration, who had the world market for cocoa so high and were doing something that we felt the cocoa farmers deserved more. So what would have stopped the government if indeed all things were equal and the cocoa value was on top during the administration? As would have done more. But then today, as we speak, the world market price for cocoa has devalued so much so that even the government would have to cough resources elsewhere to be able to cushion the cocoa farmer, at least so that the cocoa farmer, even if for nothing, he would have the cocoa being bought, purchased by the government, so that at least the cocoa farmer will stay afloat.
Okay.
So the situation is not as though the government, because which government want to, be mentioned or subject its own people into hardship, if not the NDC MPP administration. You understand? So what we are saying is the situation we came to meet. And Alpha, when you look at the measures and the incentives that we have given the cocoa farmers amidst all these difficulties, the NDC has demonstrated commitment far beyond reasonable that it prioritized the welfare and the development of the cocoa farmer. The fertilizers, even in the previous administration, that were given to the cocoa farmers for free, boldly written on them for free. The ex-administration, when they came, they were selling it to them. They were smuggling it.
Some of the cocoa farmers do not agree. They say that, first of all, they didn't even, you had promised them. Some of the farmers have spoken and said that you had promised them that you will not reduce prices. So it comes as a surprise to them that you are rather reducing prices. And that, because when you are engaged in business, you do, projections and etc. Okay, maybe roughly, this thing that I want to cultivate and sell, this roughly is what I'm likely to attract. If a government comes in within a short period of time, most especially on the back of assurance given that we will not reduce prices, and then it turned in a different manner where now they are compelled to live with reduced prices. Some of the farmers say the least they expected from you was maintenance.
That is basically the reason why we said you plan and then things happen, because everything that we do in this country is determined by certain factors that are exogenous.
So you couldn't anticipate these factors?
How would you anticipate that? Even if you anticipate that it will come down, you will not anticipate that it will be this drastic. It is a shock to the cocoa world. It is a shock.
So the cocoa managers are shocked?
Very shocked at the rate at which the price of the international market has drastically reduced. Because if the projection could have envisaged this, definitely there would have been a very good plan. It will be either go, maybe the level of reduction that maybe the projection actually captured is not as drastic as what has happened. And that's the reason why we see it as a duty on us to soberly address this issue, to let the cocoa farmer or the cocoa farmers of Ghana understand that it is not a deliberate intent to reduce the price, because that is not what we promised. But then the situation and then the commitment the government is showing by coughing funds from elsewhere to even cushion the cocoa farmer to ensure that at least after cultivating your crop, you shouldn't also bear the burden of keeping them with nobody coming to buy. Because now Ivory Coast, I understand what is happening there. It's worse. The cocoa farmers are not even getting the cocoa to be purchased, and they themselves are even reducing price to lure the government to at least buy for them, so that at least they will know that their cost of production will not be zero.
But haven't you heard that this is not only relative to cocoa? Ever since the NDC assumed office, a lot of agricultural produce have seen this same problem. I don't know if you've heard from maize farmers.
Maize. Oh, come on, Alpha. Whoever talks about maize, I'm into poultry.
Okay.
And currently, one of the cheapest commodity in Ghana is maize.
Absolutely.
So
now
how?
I'm saying we are talking about farmers.
Yeah, sure.
The farmers, who are complaining. They are complaining about the cost of the produce currently, which is affecting their livelihood. Okay. Now, they believe that it's also as a result of some government policies. Some blame the government for importing maize from China. I don't know if you've heard from it. As part of your Akukon Kitinkiti and other policies. So that has forced the price of maize to reduce substantially. Now, they also say that they have been knocking on the doors of government to lift the ban on, there's a ban that prohibits people from selling these grains or these kind of maize, etc., to foreign our neighboring countries. That ban too is yet to be lifted. So the farmer went into the farming season, cultivated his maize. Now maize is selling a bag 200, 250. So I say from the start, he's at a loss. The same thing applies to beans. So for farmers, they seem to think the policies and the actions of this government is not favoring them.
Alpha, the problem we have in this country is, you see, when we adjust one thing, the other goes down like this. Everything the government is doing, every policy the government is doing is to ensure that the citizenry is at ease. At a point in time, we're complaining about the high price or the expensive, how food has become very expensive.
Food is still expensive.
What?
Even though maize, the price of maize now, I don't know.
And so
the price
let's
of
ask
Kenya
ourselves, if the government will put these measures and interventions to ensure that these food crops are very, cheap on the market, why are food still expensive? That is where the behavioral patterns of the citizenry comes in. And the government, we are running a free market economy. Nobody can force anybody to do or to sell his product at a certain rate. But then the government, in the government's good intent, the government has done what the government is supposed to do to ensure that it trickles down to every citizen, for the citizen to see the full benefit of that policy implemented.
Okay.
But then we are seeing them, just as you are saying, a bag of maize now is trading at 200, 300. But yet still, when you go to buy KK, nothing has changed. Those who feel like, okay, let's grow together, let's build together, those who are not as greedy as the others, they are doing something about it because the thing is in abundance. But those who only thinks about profit maximization and then look, it's an opportunity to also milk the citizenry so that the person will make full benefit, they are also doing it. So for me, I think going forward, the government needs to look at it. Other than that, we continue to complain about the same problems that we find solutions to. During the time of Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, some of these things will not happen. When the government does its part, the government ensures, whether by negotiation or by force, for the citizenry to also do their part. That is basically the reason why historically, those who love former president, the late George John Rawlings, they love him for who he is. Okay. And those who hated him, you can tag them as people who prioritize themselves more than the collective welfare of the nation.
Let me read this message before we go in. It says that, good morning, Alpha. This is Solomon. They said desperate actions call for desperate measures. So at this stage, the cocoa sector needs desperate measures so as to alleviate the plight of cocoa farmers. I think it is in good direction that the government reduced the price so that they can be able to buy cocoa beans and farmers will get something from their toil. If they don't put in these measures, it's the farmers who will suffer in the long run. Solomon, thank you very much for joining us this morning with your message. We have 15 minutes to go. Let's talk about the almighty 24-hour economy. The young people still say, we're waiting now. This is second season or second year. So for second year, no room for whatever. We need the jobs. And they must be coming thick and fast. Because unemployment is a major bane in this country. When should the good people of Ghana expect their shift? Expect the 24-hour economy to be rolled or to be implemented so that they will be part of one of the shift or the other?
However, the government's position is very clear on this one. And the government has given timeline for the full implementation of the 24-hour economy. Okay. The government has said it's needed to make it an authority so that at least it would coordinate the processes involved to ensure the smooth and effective acceleration of the policy, which the people are expecting. And then I know if the government has not put in all these measures in place, the government will not even talk about timelines for it to be fully activated. And currently, when we discuss issues about jobs, Alpha, I can tell you on authority, and then based on the data available to every Ghanaian, that look, at a point in time, we got to an unemployment situation of 14%. And today, when we look at it, we are doing a little above 12%. So the government, even though the 24
The government has not created any job, has it?
Says
has government created jobs?
Those people who have been absorbed in the CODES program, definitely they are going to be having something to do.
CODES program.
It is taking them off
CODES
the unemployment
is
cycle.
No, but it's a training.
Yes, but
in coding.
Immediately
it is expected that when you are done.
Good. But immediately those people are absorbed.
But we don't know for a fact. Because the training has not even completed. I don't even know if it has commenced.
But it has it commenced long time. So the only thing we are expecting is for them to be fully supported, for them to go into operation and start working. And all these people, you cannot tag them today as they are unemployed, because currently they are almost on
but you may have the skill and still be unemployed.
But then when you look at the statistics, from 14% to a little of about 12%, it tells you something is going on to alleviate this canker of unemployment. And I know very well that by the time that the 24-hour economy is rolled out, we will shift from the narrative of, unemployment being a major problem of this country.
Do you think practically government can do the one job, 3 shift?
Why not? Why not? Today there are agencies like
because in the policy document, as was discussed in Parliament, it looks as if that specific tagline was not found in the
fact that it was not
document.
Found. The fact
so
that
people are asking, you said 3-1,
so
3-3.
So you expect that one to be legally represented?
No, as in for us to know that this is what we the NDC simplified the message when it comes to 24 it's just like orange. So I come and do 6 to 10, and then Mark will come and do maybe 10 to 2, and then another person will do 2 to 5. So that was the understanding. So if that is missing in the policy, it could be that what you're saying is that maybe one job may not have 3 shifts.
You are not specific.
Yes, but so you should have inserted it. 1, 3, 3.
You are only conjecturing. The program has not started, so let's not be rash, or let's not jump the guns.
I see.
And I know when we say 1, 3, 3, somebody can choose to run 1, 2, 2, depending on the capacity.
So there's a reduction.
There's no reduction.
No, it depends. The scope.
Let's say if now orange.
But the message was 1, 3, 3.
I'm coming. But
now it's 1.
See, even the 24-hour economy, Alpha. Let's get the education sinking deep down. It's not for every sector.
No, we are not.
We said it.
We know.
So the way we are trying to generalize it, and
but that was your blueprint to creating jobs, to solving the unemployment problem.
Exactly.
And you said that you were going to do it both in the private sector, and in the public sector.
And in the private sector, if the private sector, businesses don't subscribe to it, it doesn't mean automatically they are rolled on it. You have to roll on to subscribe to it.
But you give them some incentives.
Yes.
To inspire them to.
Exactly. And currently, the last time I checked, the labor minister talked about almost 414 private businesses already are lined up in line to ensure that they subscribe to the policy for the full implementation of it. This is so refreshing to the Ghanaian. Why? Because now exchange rate is in the favor of the private business. Inflation is in the favor of the private business. The factors that the private man would consider to open up for real business and production. Now the government have been able to set the foundation. So what are we waiting for? The only thing we are waiting for is for the policy to be fully implemented, and therefore the good people of Ghana and the youth of Ghana would actually take full advantage. And I know definitely we are going to work on the unemployment rate.
Some people think by now we should see some signs. We should see that,
the signs are, we have the Port and Harbour that is running 24 hours. We have the signs that we have the DVLA that is running 24 hours.
Which DVLA?
DVLA. Some part of the offices are running DVLA. Some. Yes. Because the main policy itself has not been fully activated until the timeline is due for us to say, okay, because they started running.
Well, that's your major promise.
Yes, because they started running the 24-hour even before the authority was the issue of,
the MPP argued that free SHS was their major.
And how shambolically was it? And
it was shambolically done. They did it from the start.
Alpha,
September 2017.
No intellectual would rain so much praises on the kind of free SHS President Akufo-Addo.
Don't you think it's better to start learn as you go along? Fix the problems.
Why?
Because you can't fix everything when you've not started.
Do you act before you plan, or you plan before you act?
You plan.
So it ends there. If the government does not plan, does not build schools, does not think about.
Planning cannot take into consideration all the teething problems that you meet along the way.
But planning solves a lot of the problems.
But until you start, there are some realities that you'll be exposed to.
Alpha, we can all attest.
If you don't start, those realities will not come.
We can all attest to the fact of how seriously the quality of education was tempered with under that administration.
The results didn't show that.
The results show that, Alpha.
No, the
even at
results,
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, they were sacking these SHS
I'm referring to
their CGPAs were finishing.
I'm referring to the WASI results.
That's
the yardstick to
the
measure
WASI result,
the quality of students.
Okay, the WASI result that we saw that headmasters were being implicated for ensuring and supervising over malpractices. Teachers were teaching students.
It's been a case. It's been a case for a very long time.
Alpha, it has never been in a case where the school themselves will take it upon themselves that the government has directed them to ensure that the student passes.
No, but government didn't direct them.
That is what some of the headmasters were telling us. And that is the reason why the education minister, the Honorable Haruna Iddrisu, warned them before even it started. And that is the reason why those who did not listen to the caution found themselves in the hot waters. We heard of former President Akufo-Addo that the students should go and pass the exams to shame the opposition.
But
what is the president's business
it's an encouragement.
It's not an encouragement.
He wants a lot more students to pass.
Okay, what happened to the president? I mean, having this special pass question for the student to
it wasn't special. It was pass question.
No.
The only special thing about it was that government procured it for them.
Which government since the time of Nkrumah till now? Which government did that?
Yes, Nanadu
and we
did
saw
that.
Students, because the government, just as he was scamming Ghanaians, even the past question they sold for them, the government went ahead to even scam them, and the students came out publicly and they were using vulgar
that was ignorant on the part of those students. But
we condemn it, but
principle,
what led that?
The principle.
Alpha, when you and I were in school, we knew that our survival, our passing was dependent on what we do. We need to learn.
Yes.
We know nobody was coming from
all of us were using past questions.
Exactly.
You used past
Did the government give us the past question?
Yeah, so
did the government force us to learn the past questions to create an impression into our mind that this is what it's
coming? The only different thing was that this time government procured it for them. You understand? So government took care of the cost. But all of us know the past questions have always been part of our preparation towards the final exams. You right.
But this one, when the president had come out to tell the students, pass so that the opposition will be shamed.
It means learn hard and pass so that they will be shamed.
And after that, the government will say, okay, on top of that, I'm giving you a pass question so that you prepare and go and write the exams. Pass for the opposition to be shamed.
Now let's
let's
now come to 24-hour economy. The people the people who listened to the campaign and watched some of the messages that you gave still are not clear in their minds that we need the bureaucracies that you want to build. So, for instance, the authority. What the authority is going to do, there are other agencies who equally are doing it and can do it. So they believe that it's a delay tactic to delay the implementation of the 24-hour economy. But it looks as if realities they believe are dawning on you guys. The hope that you inspire through 24-hour economy, having come into government, you've come to the realization that this thing, the way we couched it and the way we packaged it, we cannot be able to implement and achieve the results that we communicated to the Ghanaian people. That's why they think you're dragging your feet and you're delaying in the implementation of this.
Dragging our feet?
A lot of some people, including the MPP, yes, who are citizens of Ghana.
We know that they are citizens of Ghana.
Yeah.
But then they should just relax. If it was something that was so cheap, just as they were running their policies so cheap that all the policies failed. Because when you are couching a campaign promise, in your mind, you are only thinking straightforward, positive, no direction, no nothing. You are just doing it because you feel like when you come, everything will be like that. But when they came, we saw their $1 million, one constituency $1 million failed. Almost everything failed, and the only policy they could survive on, which was in shambles, was the free SHS. True or false? True. But then we have learned
the digitalization.
What digitalization? About how many about optic cable delay from where? Not even from Orange. Not even from Orange
the systems,
to MTN office here.
The systems that was built.
What system?
The public addressing system
Which
was
public addressing
completed.
system? Which one? Where?
Oh, you live in Asawasi.
Yes, I do.
Don't you see people's digital address fixed?
So then we will say those who have been going around
and now when you go on Google, direction is way easier.
Alpha, that was what. Don't forget when you bring this Google issue.
Dr.
It
Muhammad
reminds me of how lawyer Sami Jemfi gained the momentum in Ghana by exposing the scam of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It was a Google project. This man took it upon himself as though he has brought something new, and then Sami Jemfi disgraced him. That was when Sami Jemfi became Sami Jemfi. So this issue, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
No, but the structure could be there.
What
But
structure?
how you apply
So
it,
is
how
it,
you...
is it digital infrastructure?
This was us inputting our records into it to make navigation easier.
What records, Alpha, please?
You understand? So now when you want to
now
go
he's
to
flag bearer. People have been calling me that we should temper justice with mercy. He's a Muslim brother. So lately I don't like talking about him because
like temper what? He doesn't even he knows this is the game. So.
Alpha, you see, the issue is digital infrastructure is built on a foundation. He should tell us one foundation of digitalization is he's making noise of.
They completed the Ghana card.
Which Ghana card? If there was no fiber optics.
In fact, the Ghana card that they issued was something that
Alpha,
had never happened in the manner that they did it.
Let's agree. They say governance is continuous, right?
Dr.
Bawumia himself sat in the studios of Peace FM.
Now Ghana card has become...
He sat in
have you realized that wherever you go, Ghana card is there?
I understand.
Ghana card, Charlie.
And then the Ghana card that Chinese man could have 2 or 3. We saw Aisha one having 2, 3 cars, and she told her people in government. So let me put that one aside. The Ghana card we are talking about, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia himself sat in the studio and said, yes, he acknowledged that the NDC started the Ghana card, made budgetary allocation and everything, but they implemented it. So can he take full credit of it?
Of course.
If we did not couch that, wait.
Atta Mills didn't even issue a card. You know that.
It's not about that.
It was under Mills that I was part. We went to queue.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything.
Good.
But under MPP in 2019 or so, the full, I don't know, maybe it started earlier. Now you have more than 16 to 17 people with their and now all those who are attaining the ages of 15 can go to the various offices and get that. This is a document that is now connected to all kinds of.
It's a brainchild of the government.
The idea started under Kufuor, you know it, and then Atamis, told us to go and register. We registered, but we didn't get anything. MPP came, we went to queue again. We got our names registered. We got our cards, and now the card has become a key, the primary document for a lot of things in this country.
We understand.
So,
we understand.
Powerful achievement.
Since the man who initially was misleading Ghanaians that it was his brainchild, he did everything. Now you've traced it back to Kufuor, when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was still NDC.
No, he wasn't NDC.
He was. His mother was the
woman
organizer for.
But you can have a father being NDC.
I understand, but he was an NDC.
Abu Jinapo.
Who took him to Bank of Ghana?
Who took it to?
Yes.
Who took him to Bangkok? It was Kufuor.
What Kufuor? Please.
No, Kufuor.
He worked under Kufuor.
It was under Kufuor.
Under Kufuor. I'm telling you, go and do your research. That is the reason why the MPPs joined the Prime Minister. They were telling me himself, NDC have intentionally planted him to be harming them. He's an NDC. You should leave their party. You understand?
Let me read some messages. I'll pick just 2 quotes and then we'll wrap up. This one says, Alpha, it's time our politicians stop doing partisan politics with some of these commodities because the change in prices are not determined by the country. Rather, they must devise a mechanism to boost the industry of these commodities in order to be independent in determining their prices. When did the government of the day realize that the world commodity price of cocoa could lead to what has happened now? A great lesson to all parties in their quest for power. BY sent it from Tepa. If you want to join in, you can call me on 0541022318. You can also text me on 05939329993. You've listened to Comrade Harris express his opinion on 24-hour economy and cocoa prices. Do you have anything to say to it? If you're able to come through, We have some minutes to wrap up. But let me take the concluding remarks from Harris before we wrap up the show. Harris, in conclusion.
Alpha, in conclusion, what I can say is we are still appealing to the cocoa farmers. The times and seasons is not favorable, not just because the party is not doing something right. It's just the time and seasons. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes, Aja, briefly.
Cocoa issue no there. SSA NDC for apologize to the cocoa farmers. If you say share time on more police said you almost see MPP.
Okay, Harris,
Alpha.
you were making a point. Let me take the last caller. I beg your pardon. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes, your name?
This is Mohamed Musa from Ghana.
Mohamed Musa, talk to me.
Good morning to you and once again and Hannah, that I'm deputy. John Mahama is up and doing, and we believe in him. Everyone believes in him that this problem will solve. So we have hope in John Mahama and then his ministers, especially the CEO, that everything will be fine. So the MPP, they should relax. They should relax. We don't even want to hear from them again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Musa, for your contribution. We'll have to end the phone-in segment here.
Alva, what I'm saying is we are not being too difficult or obstinate to understanding or acknowledging the problems or the disappointment in the cocoa farmers. But then what we are saying is this has come as a shock for all of us. That the government is not actually sleeping on the matter. The government is bent on doing everything within its powers to ensure that the cocoa farmer does not run at a loss. And the time that we were proposing that the previous administration do more for them, all the condition was favorable for them to have them more. But then today it was unfortunate that the prices are falling drastically, that the only thing that we could do is to adopt a strategy that will not put them more at risk, rather at least do something to compensate them while we are positive that future will be better. So nobody is going to argue, nobody is going to say anything, but then the only thing that we all acknowledge is a problem, and then we all need to bear and then share responsibility together as a people. After going down, let me say good morning to yourself and good morning to our cherished listeners for their contribution. And also I always say that look, from when a weekend will be very interesting. It starts from Friday. The way the government has proven its competence even for now and the conditions that we have in this country is so telling that yes, things will be right. But then the only thing that we need to do, we should be steadfast and keep praying for the government, and then hopefully His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will surely deliver. Good morning to Alhaji Mustafa Ayarga. Good morning to Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, Minister of Interior and also in charge of National Security. And good morning to Honorable Ose Buama, Honorable Wisdom Ose Buama, the MC for Mwabieja South, for the good works that he's doing, representing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, wholly and squarely there. And then he should continue. Good morning to Honorable Ben Abdallah Lassan. When it comes to the Municipal Chief Executive, I can proudly say mine is the best. I wish him all the best. Yeah, of course. When they appeared before the local governance committee and what have you, you didn't see him.
Oh, I didn't, unfortunately.
Oh, Charlie, go and get the video. You will know that Charlie, the man is deep and he's fit for the purpose, even beyond the purpose.
I see. Now, you know how life goes sometimes. Unexpected wahala fee show up, school fees, rent, broken fridge, everything fee come at you at once. That's why extra cash from Forms Capital Day here for you. It gives you extra money right inside your Momo wallet. You can repay any day or up to 30 days. The best part is the interest is charged on how long it takes to repay, and when you keep paying on time, your limit will grow over time. So no need to stress. Just dial *170 hash. Select 5, 3, and 5 to activate your extra cash, because with Forms Capital, the mantra is no wallet left behind. So go on, live extra with extra cash. Hello, Ghana. Before I go, I want us to talk about the noodles we all know and love. Quick to prepare, delicious to eat, and easy on the pocket. It's Indomie. When hunger strikes, Indomie delivers. Enjoy the rich, delicious taste Ghanaians love. Perfectly seasoned noodles that are ready in just a minute. Quick to cook, easy to enjoy, and satisfying every time. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Craving Indomie gives you unbeatable taste without the wait. Indomie instant noodles taste great. That's our show. Thank you very much for joining us. I was here with Mark Waja. My name has been Alfa Ali. Have a very good morning.
I woke up Chris Breezy. Oh my God, I'm the man.